Hello guys, for this session I'm going to explain the microcontroller lab program, that is it in CSL 48 lab. Program number is 7, program to arrange a series of 32-bit numbers in ascending order or descending order. First we will concentrate on ascending order. Once you understand the code, you can implement the descending order. I hope you know how the sorting algorithm works. Okay, we'll make use of bubble sort here for sorting the series of 32-bit numbers. This is the logic behind the bubble sort. Okay, what we are using? So we are using two loops, two for loops. One is outer loop for comparisons and inner loop for iterations. So the comparisons will take place for n minus 1 elements, okay, and iterations will take for each comparison the number of iterations is n minus I minus 1. Okay, how the sorting algorithm works? Yeah, for each comparison, that is for each outer loop, what happens, the element which is largest in an array, so it will move at the last position and it will be placed there. You know, in the later comparisons this value will not be changed. So for each comparisons, the largest element in an array will sit at the last position. Okay, you can see here in this array the the element is 8, right? So for the first comparison the value 8 will be placed at the last position, that is the final in the sorted array. Okay, so you can find the 8 is placed at the last position. In the next comparison, what happens, the next largest element will be placed at the last but one position. You can see 5 is the largest, so it is at the last but one position. And similarly, so for each comparison, the largest element will be placed at the last position of the unsorted array. We are going to use that technique and this sorting. Okay, first what I'm doing, first I'm going to copy these values into my destination array. I will explain with respect to Excel sheet so that you will understand the concepts clearly. Okay, I have taken these values in the array location. I've initialized with the array. First I'm copying this value to one destination memory location, that is sort, and I'm copying those values. This is the code. First I'm taking the base address of where exactly the array is there, okay, into the register R1, and destination address I'm taking to the register R2, and then I'm running a loop. Okay, this loop will be run for the number of elements which are there in this array. Okay, so that the length is indicated by the register R0. So first I will copy the content from this memory location, and I will place that value to the register R3. So initially 4 will be copied to the R3, and the same value is I'm putting to the address pointed by R2, that is nothing but sort. Okay, so 4 is copied, and then I will reduce the number of elements. Initially it was 4, now it will become 3, right? So this will be continued until what? Until the R0 becomes 0, until all the values I copied to the sort memory location. So this is the copying. This is code for copying the contents. Now we'll start with the bubble sort. The outer loop has to be run for n minus 1 times, right? Since we have the number of elements 4, the n minus 1 is 3. This is the number of times the comparison should happen, right? And the inner loop, it should run for n minus I minus 1. So initially I is 0, so it has to run for 3 iterations. It has to run for 3 iterations. That's why I moved R6 with 3 for the second, that inner loop, that is loop 1. The number of iterations is 3. Now let's start the program. I'm taking the first, I'm copying the base address in the R2, okay, and I'm taking the first value in the register R3, okay. R2 is pointing to the base address, and I'm copying the first value into the register R3. You can see here it is mentioned. This is so initially R5 is 3, so I have mentioned here R5 is 3, and R6 is 3, and I'm copying the content of R6 to R1, so R1 is 3, okay. And I'm storing the value in the first value into the register R3 that I have indicated here. R3 is pointing, having the value 4, and R4 is having the value 3, okay. You can see here R3 I'm storing the first value, and then I'm pointing to the next memory location by adding 4 to the address. It will and so that it will point to the next memory location. Then I'm copying that value to R4. R4 is having now the value 3, okay. Now I'm comparing the value which is there in the R3 and R4. R3 is 4 and R4 is 3. I'm checking, and I'm using the branch instruction, that is branch less than. If R3 is less than R4, then I'm going to go for the next. It means that I'm not going to swap because it is already less than. If it is not less than, if R3 is not less than R4, then I need to swap, okay. Now you can see that R3 is what? R3 is 4 and R4 is 3. So it is not less than. This instruction will not be executed, and I'm going to swap the contents, memory contents. So now at the address pointed by R2, that is the memory location where R4 is R4 is pointing, right? R4, the content of R3, I need to move to the position where the R4 is pointing, right? I need to swap this content, so that's what I'm doing. I'm storing the value of R3 into the second memory location, and the content of R4 I'm copying to the first memory location. How I will point to the first memory location? I can point by subtracting 4 here, right? Initially it is pointing to the second memory location. Once I place the content of R3 into the second position, then I'm going to reduce it by 4 so that it is pointing to the first position, and then I'm going to insert the content of R4, okay, and then I'm going to increment by 4 again so that it will be pointing to the same second memory location, okay. So this will happen only when R3 is less than, sorry, R3 is greater than R4. If it is less than, then swapping will not take place, okay. Yeah. Now we have swapped, and then we need to check for the next, right? So we have compared 4 and 3. Now we have swapped it. It became 3 and 4. And for the next iteration, we need to compare 4 and 5. Okay. Now I need to reduce the count value, that is iteration count value, by 1. That's why I'm subtracting R1 comma R1 hash 1. It was 3, now it become 2. You can see here, now it become 2. And until what? Until the R1 becomes 0. This loop will be continued. It is not equal to 0, so that's why I will loop again I will execute from this instruction. Now R2 is pointing to the second position, right? So in the content of the second position, I will push to 3 and I will increment the R2 so that it will point to the third location, and the content of third location I am putting into the register R4. What is the content of third position? It is 5. Okay. Now R3 is pointing is having the value 4 and R4 is having the value 5. Now I will compare these two, R3 and R4. R4 is less than R5. This condition satisfies. So I will branch to next. I'm not going to swap. Okay. Now again I will reduce the iteration value by 1. Earlier it was 2. Now it became 1. Okay. Now what we have now, yeah, now it is not equal to 0. So again we'll back move to the loop 1. Now R2 is pointing to the third memory location, right? So we'll copy that value into the register R3. R3 is having the value 5, and then we will increment the R2 value and it will put the value into the register R4. Now we have the value 5 and 1. Now we will compare R3 and R4. 5 is less than 1? No, right? The condition does not satisfy. So we are going to swap the values. We are going to swap the value. Now we have 1 and 5. So this is the updated array 3, 4, 1, 5. Now we will reduce the R1 value by 1. Now earlier it was 1. So now it will become 0. So once it becomes a 0, we are not going to, we are coming out of this loop 1. Then we are going to reduce the number of comparisons. The number of comparisons was 3. Now we are reducing the number of comparisons. So now it will become 2. You can see R5 becomes 2, and again n minus I minus 1. So I is what? I is 1 now. What should be the value? So the now I should now n minus I minus 1. N is 4, I is 1 minus 1. It should be 2. So that's why I'm subtracting R6 by 1 and I'm calling the loop. So outer loop will be a run until what? Until R5 becomes 0. Okay. R5 is what now? R5 is 2. So we'll go back to the this loop 2, and again we are copying the move R1 comma R6. R6 is what? 2. In the content of R1 is 2. You can see R1 is 2. Now what we have done? So this 5 is placed at the sorted position in a sorted array. It will not be changed. Okay. Now we are going to compare these 3 positions. So now first initially we will see that the first element is first, yeah, first element we are copying into the register R3. Okay, this is first we are going to take the initial address, then we are going to put the value into the register R3. R3 is having 3, R4, and then we are going to increment uh, the address and it will point to the next location, that is R4, that is 4, that we are copying into the register R4. Then again we are going to compare, and based on this less than, we are going to swap, otherwise we are not going to swap. This will continue until what? Until this R1 becomes 0. Once the R1 becomes a 0, you can see that the last 2 position becomes freeze. That is, they are in the sorted position in a sorted array. Next, I'm going to reduce this R6 value. R6 was 2. Now I'll reduce by 1. So it will be 1 and R5 becomes 1. So you can see this. Now I have 3 and 1. Again, I will take the value in the resistor R3, I will take 3, and in the resistor R4, I will take 1. I will check, I will compare. 3 is less than 1. No. So that's why we will swap. This is the after swap. This is the array content 1, 3, 4, 5. So uh, now I will reduce R1. R1 becomes a 0. So I will stop the iteration and I will go for the comparison. Again, in the comparison, so it is, I will decrement by 1. It will become 0. So I will stop the execution. Alright, I stop the execution. So this is how the sorting algorithm works. I just show the demo. I'll compile. Initially, I'm copying the value uh, into this memory location sort. That's what it is happening in this loop. Okay. First, I'm copying. You can see the content of R3 here. First, I'm copying 4. Okay, 4 is copied. Next, I will copy 3. 3 is copied. Next, I will copy 5. And next, I will copy 1. So, all 4 elements are copied. Then I will go for this will not be satisfied. I will go for sorting logic. The number of elements now I have is 5. So 5 I will, sorry, in the resistor R5 I will move n minus 1, that is 3, and R6 also I will move n minus 1. Now first I will store the first value into the resistor R3, that is R3 contains what? R3 contains 4 and R4 contains 3. Okay, R3, this is R3 and this is R4. Then I will do the comparison. Okay, comparison, it is not less than, so I'm going to swap. I'm swapping the contents. Okay, then I'm going to reduce the R1 value, and the R1 value now, what is the R1 value? R1 is 2. This will be continued what until the R1 value becomes 0. Okay, yeah, you can see that the R1 value has become 0. So now I will reduce the number of comparisons value, that is R5. Yeah. So it is not 0. I will go back and I will reduce this n minus I minus 1. I is 1 now, n is 4. 4 minus 1 is 2. That's what we have in the resistor R1. Yeah, 2. Okay. This will be done until what? Until the R5 becomes 0. It is 1 now. Yeah, it is 0. Now you can see that the value which is stored in this memory location is, that is sort, is sorted. Now let's see, let's check the values. So for that I have written this loop. Okay, initially I'm storing the base address into the register R2 and I'm storing each value into the R3. What should be the value of R3 now? R3 should point to the value 1, correct? You can see that, yeah, this is the first value 1, and next value should be 3, 4, 5. So now it is 1. Now see, you can see the second value is 3, 4, and 5. It means that we have sorted correctly. Thank you.